In Christianity, I believe God created Adam and Eve, so one male and one female. So why hasn't this been represented, or why is there a third gender?
Supreme Court of India officially recognizing the third gender. Some estimates suggest there are 2 million of them in India, and they've been fighting this battle for a long time.
Thousands of years we had two genders, and this word gender was our genders. With always seven. Now we're seeing a lot of genders coming in. People saying I identify as a dog, I identify as dad, and being like them. So what's the point of view on this? Having so many students, we're able to have discipline. However, I think in our college it's a problem that they are making certain set of teachers like enemies of the college, even though they are very sweethearted people outside the campus. What's the point of view in this? And do you believe they're doing a great job obviously, but how do you think it will change the students' point of view?
Wherever you go, in whatever institutions you study, there will be a group of teachers who the students don't like.
Subjects from the life field jump to Connection Academy, the management business, and so Father, how did this Connection Academy journey start? How did you end up in Connection Academy?
It started by Father George. He is the owner of Christ Academy.
So coming to a serious note, so Father, in the recent times, a lot of youngsters have been, at least our age, they have been in a lot of relationships and other stuff. So what's your point of view on this relationship angle? And do you believe this is the right time for a student to get into relationships and other stuff?
I don't think it is the right time for the students to get into a relationship.
Welcome, Father. I hope it's a pleasure for us since it's the first episode and you're taking this initiative to come up to us and let us execute this idea in such a manner. Thank you, Father.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure to host you. So, before we get started, I think all of us will be wondering as to where is Father from and where was he actually brought up? So, Father, one of the puzzling questions that all the students had was where you're from, right from the birth. How did it all start?
Well, I am from a small village called Kritikal, which is a remote place in.
Father, I'm from North India, so
Yes, so that's problem. That normally it's a remote village in Kerala. I born and brought up there.
Where are you near, like a big city?
Trichy, one of the districts in Kerala. Yeah. Till my 10th, I did my studies there in my school there, close to my house. Then after my 10th, I joined seminary. Then I underwent 14 and a half years of training to be a priest. So that 14 years training, it was in different places. I was there in Kerala, I was there here in Bangalore, Dharmara, Christ University campus, I was there. I did my philosophy there. Then I was in Pune where I did my theology studies. Then back to Kerala, then again back to Bangalore.
So, Father, that's so great. He did somebody else here introducing people. So, Father, you joined a seminary, right? So, what does it take to join a seminary? None of us are aware, right? How does it actually happen?
We have a system where you can join the seminary after you are 10 or after you are 12 or even after your graduation or post-graduation. At any age, actually, a person can join the seminary. There is no age restrictions to it. So, the setup goes like this. There is a person who is in charge of these kind of activities in religious setup. So they will contact you, and if they find this person is apt for their congregation, they will come and visit the house. And the priest in charge of my parish or that person's parish should recommend this guy or girl, that is a priest or a nun. They have to recommend this guy or girl is apt for this lifestyle. Yes, that's how it goes.
So, Father, your parents had no issues of you going to the seminary, becoming a father, and then initially were they conservative, why in seminary you have to study instead of that? And
yes, you were. This is a question I hear very often. It is just the opposite actually. So, parents find it they consider it as a blessing in the family. Not only my parents, even my relatives, my neighbors, everyone considers it as a blessing because they can proudly say, okay, there is a priest in my family. So they were so happy when I told them that I want to join seminary. They were so happy and they happily accepted it as well.
So Father, this is a really big turning point in your life, right? So what made you jump to the next step of joining the seminary, or was there someone influential in your life who impacted you in a way that you wanted to join?
There is a system called altar boys where you might have seen in movies. There's kids wearing that white dress assisting the priest in the church. You might have seen in the movies. They are called altar boys. So I was an altar boy for 4 years. From my 6th standard till my 10th, I was an altar boy. So I was closely associated with church and church activities. So I have seen so many fathers coming and going, offering masses. So that actually influenced me to join seminary.
And like, the people have many stereotypes or conceptions about, being a father, you have to do this, you can't do this. What's like one of the biggest misconceptions or myths that you've faced?
Well, there are so many, till now also people find, okay, if he is a priest, he has to be like this. There is a frame already there in the system. I mean, honestly, when I joined Christ, I thought, like from outside, I've never been to a convent school like basic years. So when I joined Christ from outside, I thought fathers will be pretty strict. You are strict when it comes to study.
I think that the least strictest prison, like
not strict. Like, you have fun when you have fun, and when you're serious, you have to be serious. So they have the blend. But then what we as from other schools person, like fathers are going to be strict. They're going to be rapid discipline, which is that. And everything is going to be very conservative and going to be very harsh on me because it's so simple. But then when I joined Christ Academy and when I got to know you through some events, then I was like, it's not like that how people see it from the outside. But like, it's really different as to what is actually happening in reality.
So as I said, there is a conception that, okay, a priest should be like this, he should not do this. There is a framework already been built and been followed, over the years. Well, if in general or if I speak plainly, I am going a little bit out of that frame. That's what you said as well. It doesn't mean that, okay, a priest has to be like this. He should not be free with the students. He has to be strict. His face also should be hand high. They should not mingle with the students. That setup has changed. Many things have changed over the time. But the core values, of course, that has to be followed, no doubt in it. But the approach towards that institution, the students, the teachers, it has to be changed and it has to be friendly. Then only you can win over the hearts of the people.
So do you think this is just something with our students, our teachers, or do you think the entire Indian society is a little bit more conservative? And
of course, it is very conservative, especially in Kerala setup where I brought up. Yeah. There are conservatives, still there are. When you move out from Kerala to the other parts of India, it is little more liberal, I would say, but still there are conservatives everywhere that you cannot change.
So, Father, I saw a picture where you had a real obsession with bikes when you were young. I saw some real long bike rides and stuff. Picture wherein I guess you're riding a bike and you have a fond love of dogs.
Yes.
I've seen a Great Dane, 2 retrievers, and a bunch of other animals in the Christ Academy. So, unlike a priest, I've never seen any priests who have real obsession with bikes, and there's something we can relate to, the modern changes are coming. So, how did the bike obsession actually come in?
I will not call it as an obsession. I love bike rides also. I love. So, after becoming a priest, I got a bike. Yes, I have my co. So that is my first ride to Bengaluru. So when I got an appointment here in Christ Academy, I had to bring my bike to Bengaluru.
Okay.
So I thought of, okay, let's go for a drive. Mm-hmm. So I came through Wayanad, through the forest. So in between I stopped over for a break. So I took a picture. So that is my first long drive, I would say. I came all the way from Trichur to Bengaluru.
That's the longest.
And I do 4 or 5 times I have traveled back and forth to Kerala. If it is more than 2 or 3 days, I normally prefer to go by bike. If it is a quick visit and I have to come back in 1 or 2 days, I don't prefer bike rides. It will no damage your back.
So, Father, bike ride and lover question. Father, do you like a Royal Enfield or a Yamaha?
I don't know. I don't have any specifics because this is the only bike I have.
Which bike is it?
This is a Suzuki Gisuta. So of course there are so many people now, different kinds of bikes.
Yeah.
But I have no such fascination to Royal Enfield or Yamaha. But I love super bikes. So yes, I do love super bikes.
Wow, that thing. Okay. So let's divert towards one thing. What's your like your daily routine like? That how does it go?
I wake up in the morning. We have a morning prayer in the morning. Then I get ready. I come to the college. Then yes, 7:30 to 1:30 I will be in the college. In between, I just go for half an hour for a break. Come back. So after 1:30, I will go back maybe by 1:45, 1:50. I will have my lunch. Then I will take some rest. Then I change my dress. Then I come out for playing badminton. Then I walk. I go for gym. Then come back. Then prayer, dinner. We fathers have some recreation. We play cards there. Then back to sleep. So that's a normal day's routine goes like that.
Other days, I'm going to the gym. Yeah, I was about to ask. The gym, the walking, the badminton. When I joined Christ, I started following you. I'm like, this is Father. That's means. Yeah, so what was the turning point in the weight loss journey? What did you choose? And like, when did you start becoming more serious about health?
See, I had this thought of reducing my weight. After coming to Bangalore,
How old is that other picture on the...
Yeah, that was 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
In 2020, I think, Feb or March, I guess. 2020, April, I started my weight loss journey. Yeah, I had this, Indian, but it wasn't working out. So the corona time, another two fathers were going to gym after they used to play cricket there in the ground. So they used to go to gym. So they used to call me, okay, you just come. Initial days I didn't go. Then after 1 month I thought, at least let's go and give it a try. Let's go and see what is happening there. I went there. That day I thought, okay, let's continue it. And from that day, 2020, April mid, I started my journey. And in 5 or 6 months' time, I could lose 24 kilograms. So that was...
So like you lost such a huge amount in such like a short time comparative to other week. So was there like any strict diet regulations?
Of course, yes. I was actually starving those days. I used to have 2 or 3 slices of bread. I completely avoided milk products, milk, fried items, sugar, junk foods. All those things I avoided. And then I used to walk 13-40 kilometers a day. 1 hour badminton, 1 hour gym. It used to go like that. And Corona, of course, helped. The campus was completely free that time. So I got enough and more time. So
has this diet regulations, do you still follow them till today?
Not exactly the same way, but I still follow a strict diet. But there are cheat days in between. Weekends I go out. So when I go out and eat, I don't mind the diet. But next day, I will definitely compensate.
Although, what is the basic turning points that everyone has that in their life? Like, this guy told me this, so I have to change myself. This is not the body I deserve.
The funny
What was the turning point which led to that?
A funny event happened. I have already shared you the other day. One incident happened when I joined for my PG program in Fresh Academy itself. I did my PG in Kayas. So the orientation program was happening. So Father Anthony, the current principal, was the principal that time. So he introduced me to one of the faculties there in Christ Academy. So he said, okay, there is one priest joined here for this program. Then Father Anthony showed my picture to that faculty. Then that faculty was amazed, and he said, he thought that, I was a parent for one of the students there. Emotional, that's what you can say. But that was a funny, I won't say that is the incident that prompted me to reduce my weight. But these are all things added up in my journey of weight loss.
So talking about the cheat day, so I guess Father is a very fond coffee lover, and I think we have some pics in which we have a CCD pic, but I think the way better coffee shops where Father is gone now. How There was the only one which I saw, like I could find. But father, I see you're a very huge copy of the cafes. So would you recommend some cafes, and as well as like
One of the places I go very often is the coffee.
okay.
I find it more comfortable, and there you can sit for longer hours. They won't come and ask you, okay, what you want. You shall be get the bill for you. They won't come to you, so you can sit there.
Guys, by the way, this is not sponsored by Third Wave Coffee. We have a technical concept as actually faces customer review.
But I do try different cafes.
Yeah.
But most of the time I prefer Third Wave. But I have tried many cafes in Bengaluru. I travel on weekends. I travel to Indiranagar. I go to MG. I go to Sanchapur Road. So I travel 30-40 kilometers.
I mean, I live in electronic city, so 30-40 and all this common for me. Yeah, every city.
So it's not that I stick on to one particular shop, but I do love coffee. But along with coffee, I do drink tea as well. So it's not particularly I'm a coffee person. I drink both coffee and tea as well.
So are you like a foodie father or?
I was a foodie. I still, by heart, I am a foodie, but I control
Today.
my that cravings. I am a foodie on weekends. Yes.
What's the go-to food, the comfort food that you have? Something that you feel like.
There is nothing as such. Okay, this particular food I will try it. I go to a restaurant. If I find okay, I should try this particular food, I try it. And there is nothing specific. Okay, I prefer this kind of food. There is nothing specific.
Recently you had been to Delhi, have you?
Yes.
How, like, was it the first time you've been to Delhi or you?
No, I have been there multiple times.
How was your Delhi experience? Like,
It was very hot there. I actually stayed.
I mean, this is a cold type of there. It's less like how
It was frustrating. It was horrible there when I went there.
Yeah.
I went with not an official program, but we went there for to visit some shops for some purchases to this campus.
So where do you go, father? In
We actually stayed. I and Father Thomas, the principal, we went together. We stayed in Christ University campus, Ghaziabad. We went to this Moradabad, and then we went there.
Delhi NCR, like.
Yeah, so it's just 3-4 hours journey from Delhi. We stayed there 2 days, and we visited Christ University campus as well. So in the future, if you're planning for any other buildings, that would give some idea. So that was the Delhi,
Boys, that you do. I was father missing for 1 week. Marriage father. So, like, father, you said Christ is in Delhi now. It's in Bangalore. It's in Kerala. So, like, how did it start? How did it originate? And also, adding more to it, father, like, there's a confusion between Christ Academy and Christ Uni. Like, what's the relation, if there is any relation?
Yes, there is a relation. See, actually, the Christ University and Christ Academy, it is run by the same group of fathers. Management is different. If I simplify it, see, I have a brother, suppose. I am running Christ Academy. My brother is running Christ University.
So, it's the same CMI
CMI fathers, same group of fathers. The management is different. So, run by another group of fathers, but CMI fathers. This is another set of fathers, but we are all connected. So,
okay.
But as I said, different management.
Got it. So it started off in Kerala. Just like
It started off in Kerala by Saint Chavara. He is our founder of the CMI congregation, which I belong to. So he started almost 200 years ago there. So he was a reformer, social reformer in Kerala. So in his early days, he decided there should be an education institution along with a church. So that's how he started. That time, education was limited to upper class people only. So that time he brought this ultimatum so that every church there should be an education institution. So if you go to Kerala, you can see 99% of churches, they will be having a school attached to it. So it was all started by Saint Naik. Of course, yes.
One of the reasons, one of the contributing factors, and yes. So, father, switched from the life reading jump to Christ Academy, the management business, and so, father, how did this Christ Academy journey start? How did you end up in Christ Academy?
See, it started by Father Joyce. He is the founder of Christ Academy. It started with Christ Academy ICC school, the main building there. That's where the journey started. At that time, when he came here, it was it was a barren land, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, when we used to go through this road, there was only jungle over here.
Yes, yes.
Now, like towards the other side, like the back side, there's still lots of.
Yes, yes. There was a barren land when Father Joyce came here. We bought a small piece of land. We started like that. That time it was very difficult for him. No, initial stage it is always very difficult. It's hard. Now there is a brand, Christ Academy. So whatever institutions we add or attach to it, it will flourish. But that time there was no brand. But Father Joyce, he did a tremendously amazing job, I would say, and to bring this institution up. And only because of his hard work, this brand, Christ Academy, what is right now. So it started in 2004. So it's almost 20 years. 20 years we are going to celebrate.
With the anniversary.
Yes, 20th anniversary. Yes.
So from like studying in CIS to now you're the principal of Christ Academy Junior College. So what did this journey happen? Where did it? How did this transition occur?
When I actually had no plan to come and study here. Normally we study in our own institutions. I thought of studying somewhere else. So I thought of joining their Christ Jain college. There is on the other side.
Try to join
Christ Jain.
Yeah.
So I thought of joining there so that I will get a different exposure than our institution. But later my superior told me, okay, why can't you come and join here? The same course is available here. So even the fathers here recommended that it is good that a student priest is there in the campus. That's how I joined here, of course, and Christ Academy is our institution, and immediately after my PG studies, Father Joyce actually brought me here as the vice principal. I started off as the vice principal here.
Yeah, this is your one now.
Yeah, this is my cabin. I sat on that chair first, but Father Joyce gave me a lot of opportunities. After being started, he asked me, okay, you need not sit in the vice principal role, you shift to the principal's role. Even though he was the principal, he gave me all the openings to act like a principal. But of course, he was guiding me, but he helped me a lot, and that's why eventually, when he transferred to Kerala, I became the principal.
Guys, next episode we're hearing with Father Joyce.
Yeah, the next weekend, after next guest who is in Bangalore,
episode with Father Joyce. Okay, now also, so Father, our college is like, I appreciated like having so many students. We're able to have discipline. However, I think in our college there's a problem that they are making certain set of teachers like enemies of the college, even though they are very sweet-hearted people outside the campus. What's your point of view, and do you believe like they're doing a great job, obviously, but how do you think it would change the students' point of view of it?
Wherever you go, in whatever institutions you study, there will be a group of teachers who the students don't like. And I believe that none of the teachers can make all the students happy the same way. There will be always a group of students, I believe that, unhappy or do not liking a particular day. Same way, there would be a group of students who don't like me as well. So that's common. That's understandable. My point is, whatever the teachers do, it's what the management asks them to do. But there is a variation how they treat the students. I always say there should be connection between the student and the teacher. An emotional connection should be there. Then only the understanding will happen. Otherwise, if you act like a villain, that students will definitely move away from you. So that emotional connect should happen. I don't saying that I am perfect in it.
I think more than the teachers and the disciplinary committee, who are the villains. I think the remedies and the hardest.
Christ Academy has one of the most hectic exam written in year 11.
Part of the new block, every exam of your exam.
If I combine all my exams from first to 10th grade, I've studied in multiple schools. I've combined all the exams. That really how it is. And every exam covers you. Fail in one exam, you land up in remedial the next day. Remedial, I know it is not at all an easy job, I know. The basic idea behind it that all students should pass. And one more thing I would say that the exams that are happening on Fridays, of course, you are students, so you will be having a different idea. it's only the portions that covered in that particular kind of tense, hardly 1 or 2 chapters. The basic idea is that we should equip you, you should not feel burdened at the end of the year that, okay, we have so much to study. If we do it on a continuous basis, it would be easy for you to, at the end of the time.
I agree with this. So now that's, we see the results at the end, using 99 state topper.
It matters. See, the quality of an education institution, the parents, they don't consider, of course, the students consider, okay, what are the extra things they get in an education institution. But when the parents look, they mainly look for the quality of the education the institution provides.
I mean, my parents are waiting for me to go and remedy. We sent them to extra classes in Europe.
If you study on a daily basis, you will not be a part of it. Yeah, we don't want that remedy program in this campus.
On a serious note, I think we all appreciate the extras we have, like the podcast right now, or like the MUs we go to, or the sports activities, the cultural fest. I mean, personally, it has made us to be an all-rounder. Yeah, I mean, all to manage time. Yeah. Initially, you feel like, what is happening? You're putting exam, next day cultural fest is that, and yeah, but now we're like, okay, we're slowly catching up to the pace, the real world, how real world might work.
See, when a student or students come to me with a new initiative like this, real, I really appreciate such initiation coming from student side. So I would recommend all the students to come up with such creative ideas. We have different clubs: theatre club, art club, quiz club, dance club. There are so many clubs. So if they come up with some ideas, I always welcome them. If it is under my capacity to grant it, I always allow these people to perform in the campus. So yes, I do appreciate such initiatives.
And Father, one complaint, like a criticism that many classes had was like, so basically, we know that at least for science, math and physics is the one which drains them a lot. For us personally, it's applied math and accountancy. So when math exam is happening, the exam gap people is scored. I think, at least it is 3 or 4 days. This time the new circular is out, and we can't take holidays between blocks. So that's the rule. And I big properly for reading. So basically it is like in weekday there's math exam, 2 weekdays is holiday. We're not happy with that, but in weekday it's not about English. We have Saturday and Sunday with both the days, and then there is English. So I know there will be a swap, and for math they give more time.
See, there are many things associated with it. I normally say that say the teachers who are setting up the timetable to give enough gap, of course. And I think that is the idea of other teachers as well, that difficult subjects, they get little more time. And as you know, 3 streams, and we have to align all the things. We will language exam which is happening, every streams, the language should happen. So many things are associated behind it. But of course, this idea I already told the teachers when they set up the timetable. Once again, I will ensure that you get ample amount of days in between the course subjects.
And Father, so there's a scenario that my friends asked you to put in. So you have an exam tomorrow. It's a math exam. Mm-hmm. You're not prepared anything from the morning.
Okay.
And not the day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow is their exam. And tomorrow, there's an option that you can take a holiday. So Father, would you take a holiday from the you're not prepared? But if you take a holiday, you're right. I mean, the classic every would cut 15 minutes over an exam there.
Yes. See, normally when we are little strict about the attendance and academics, out about it, but what happens is 2 or 3 people taking leave in between the exam days. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That happens regular day. But 15, 20, 25 students taking leave a day, that in between these exams and the classes are going on. It's not that we are totally unhappy that you people are comfortable sitting at home. You are missing those classes. So if you miss those classes taking in between, again it will okay, you will not understand what are the things the teachers teaching thereafter. That is the idea, so that the teachers are totally unhappy that you people are sitting there. We want you people to study. If that is the case, we would allow you to sit and go home and study. But if too many students are taking leave, that will definitely affect the teaching in the classrooms in between the days.
A little less about ourselves. What about Father? Yeah. So Father, during your college days, what was something, some juicy gossip or some tea that happened? You all have that trivial incident in the college days which was very intense.
There is nothing exactly. See, I studied in all, in our other, you should like a fight or something in the covers. No, it will not happen. See, that's how we are trained in such a way that we have to remain calm. Doesn't mean that I don't get angry. I do get angry to the students, but I did my own studying is in our own institutions. So there will be always, watch or as okay, they are brothers. So there would be always the teachers, the students always have that respect towards us. So there had no such chances of any those kind of fights or those kind of gossips happen. And we will also need to be conscious, I would say, that okay, I am a brother, so that is a decorum I have to keep. And we always keep that decorum.
But like you were on that is like you told us about the incident with the teachers and the father, the old father when you were studying. Embarrassing story.
Yeah, there are no embarrassing stories. See, gossips are everywhere.
Yeah.
There would be gossips, going about me among the students or among the teachers also. I don't know. There are a few gossips, that come to my ears as well. But I don't mind the gossips. Why you want to worry? We cannot know everyone's mouth. So it will keep on spreading. Unless you are a part of it, you don't have to worry much about it. I am least bothered about the gossips.
I mean, you have to put a stream in it and like this policy is not to get the thing about it. Father, once again, coming back to this Northern Fest, it is one of the biggest fests I've been part of. So, Father, what are the future plans with Namdev? Is it going to become an inter-college fest kind of thing? Or is it going to remain the way it is right now?
Well, I had these thoughts of why we cannot have, and
we have everything to make it an inter-college.
Yeah, we have all the capacity to run an inter-college fest. The degree college is doing it, law college is doing it. But since this Kais Academy has been following a particular set of programs over the years, I don't know whether I would be able to execute it because it needs tremendous amount of time for the preparation, the classes, the teachers, even for 1 hour of giving the times free 0 in it. We do that system so that you don't lose much class. So the teachers won't be that happy to lose those many number of days of classes. But certainly that is in my mind. Probably it may happen in the coming years.
I think the best part of Navra is that finals, the finale, when you skate and you come and sing in front of all of us. I think that was like exceptional. The whole crowd was cheering that day before that song. So is there any other hidden talents that you have, like singing?
Singing, see, once you become a father, you naturally need to sing there in the churches, in the masses and also. And yeah, when you join seminary, there would be, you can learn in particular instruments, either it is keyboard, guitar, tabla. But I have learned keyboard as well.
Alright.
Not a pro, but still I have played keyboards in church choirs and all. I know, but for the past 6-7 years, I have not practiced it. But so naturally, if you know keyboard or a music instrument, you tend to sing relatively good. Not great, but great.
So I think it's pretty great. Father, you since singing is profession. And so coming to a serious note, so Father, like in the recent times, a lot of youngsters have been, like at least our age, they have been in a lot of relationships and other stuff. So what's your point of view on this relationship angle? And do you believe this is the right time for a student to get into relationships and other stuff?
I don't think it is a right time for the students to get into a relationship because there is a stability right now. I'm not against people getting into a relationship. There are people getting into relationship that come to my notice. They brought into my cabin. You may not be knowing it, but I always say them that getting into relationship is not at all wrong. It is not wrong. That's a human nature, I would say. But that's a time for it. Now you are 16, 17 years. You still have a lot more road to go till you become stable. So maybe at 21, 22, 23, where you become matured. Now I find this 10th level tutoring is the most, like a difficult time for a student, whether it is a boy or girl, but they transfer slowly. So that's why once you get into this degree, suppose you get after university, you become 18, 19, 20, you become a little more mature. You can see the difference. The same students who are creating a lot of problem here, once they move into the degree, they become settled a little more. So this time, I don't think ideal time. I'm not saying that all the people who are getting into relationship at this age, they are going to break up. No. But stability is what relatively very less at this age. So I would recommend students not to get into this kind of relationships at this age, but you tend to be attracted towards the other people whom do you like. That naturally happens. Not against it.
Okay, Father. And again, now coming back to the one more serious question, like in society. So recently we're seeing a rise of woke culture, like a lot of genders coming in. Like thousands of years we had two genders, and this word gender was transgenders. With always seven. Now we're seeing a lot of genders coming in. People saying I identify as a dog, I identify like that, and behaving like them. So, Father, what's your point of view on this? And if you think it's a controversial, you can even step back.
See, yes, it is a controversial. I mean, it is a controversial topic, and the Catholic Church has a stand on it. That the Pope, the current Pope, he accepts everyone.
Yeah.
That the idea is that everyone is a creation of God. Whether it is Christian, Hindu, or Muslim, whatever religion it be, the idea is that we all are the creation of God. So the thinking, it is different. The way I think, it may not be the way you think. And so identifying as a third gender or a different gender, that depends on the particular person. We have to love everyone as a human being. That is the idea behind it.
But like in the same scenario, the context of God. So in Christianity, I believe God created Adam and Eve, right? So one male and one female. So why hasn't this been represented, or why is there a third gender where God intended to create only a male and a female? Isn't this new gender rebellious or different?
This is an idea coming up, right? It is an idea that the thought process actually makes it. Okay, I am identified as everyone. That's why I'm saying it is a complicated. I don't know if I say something that will complicate it further. It is an idea that develops if suppose I identify as a third gender or a different gender or a dog or whatever it be. That is idea generated inside me. Okay. So in the Bible, we say that God created human as male and female. That is the idea. That was the concept in the olden days. But now things are changing. People's thought process started changing. So accordingly, everything slowly, become more loose. That's why I said earlier the church was not accepting this another gender. But the current Pope, he told, okay, they are also the children of God. We should respect. God loves them the same way God loves the other human beings.
So you think this is like a natural thought process, or is it being influenced by social media?
Of course, social media has a tremendous influence on it. But as I said, it is a thought process that's happening inside. That it varies person to person. So if I feel like, okay, I have to identify as a different gender, that's my thought process. You be happy with it. That's it.
So coming back to another question, so let's get back to our canteen. One of the most mega kitchens I've seen functioning in at least my storage life.
But then the only problem is the hygiene of the sanitation.
Yeah.
Recently we did find a cockroach or a small lizard here and there.
I eat the food.
No, not in the canteen.
Roaming in the canteen.
In the shop.
At least in Kobe, I thought for me.
Yeah, what if I want to read that it was found there in the food. See, hygiene and quality of food, it's very, very important. Whether it is Christ Academy or any other place, that's very important. I would definitely inform the concerned in charge for that. Instead is actually taking care of the canteen and everything. I will definitely speak to him, and we will make sure that the canteen, the hygiene in the canteen or in the shops, hygiene is always maintained proper.
What I believe is more than hygiene, it's a civic sense proud of it in people. Like, you eat your food, you left your plate on the table. So, at least I think the students need to attribute it first. Like, at least put your plates where it's seated.
That's normally I think they happen
In the Kerala canteen, everyone follows it. Like, either digging their plate, put it where it's supposed to be. But when it comes to degree canteen, no one does it.
There's plenty of dustbins and there's plenty of places to put your trash, but still people just...
But yeah, see, we can educate them, we can tell them, okay, you should do this. But we cannot, beyond a point, we cannot force anyone. Because we have these working there now to ensure that the canteen is always clean. That's why we have placed people there. But that actually should come from individuals.
Yeah, fair enough. So far, one more very growing issue. Right? I was a north-south divide. It's like some discrimination against North Indians, and then North Indians being into the group, state-wise groups happening. It even happens in Christ that he ever did. So, Father, what's your opinion, and how do you believe it can be go down this trend and the problem?
I don't recommend groups being formed, whether it is in case of a religion, in case of your thought process or the places you coming from. There shouldn't be. And India, it's a diverse country. We have multiple languages, multiple cultures. So in Karnataka also it has a rich culture which welcomes everyone. And that's why so many other states people coming and living in, especially in Bengaluru. So we should welcome everyone, whether it is Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, North, South. There shouldn't be any discrimination. Shouldn't be there any discrimination in education institution, workplace, whatever it be. People, you should always welcome. But there is a tendency, yes, there is a natural tendency that people come together based on their religion. I don't see religion much, but the place they are hailed from, there is a natural tendency. Some, wherever these Kerala people, they call this Mandu people, wherever they go, they come together, they form a group. There should be a unity, of course, but it shouldn't divide the people, but it should unite everyone. That is the idea I feel everyone should follow.
Fair enough, Harshi. Something talking about conflicts and groupism. There's been rumors that Christ Academy Junior College and Christ Junior College, there's like some Cold War or something happening between them.
There's a decent amount of war happening between.
That's something new to me. I had never heard of such Cold War happening.
I go for months, so does he. You all go for months. Man is a stadium where the war happens. And very literally the war happens. So the Christ uni students look down upon us. We got the big Christites. And then we call the war privileged. And we were, instead of a bond which DPSs have, we have a fight between each other.
See, there is a concept. Many people believe that, okay, Christ, the initial concept I'm talking about, Christ University and Christ Academy say, it is not same. That is, as I said earlier, it is a different management, run by different management. Of course, Christ Junior College has a different setup. They are in the Christ University campus, so the privileges are different. Here it is a different campus. But what makes an institution valued high is the quality. If you get a quality education here, you feel proud that, okay, Christ Academy is making you a better person for tomorrow. But there would be different concepts among the students. Okay, they are in the university campus, we are in a different campus. But I think there is a huge difference between Christ Academy and Christ Junior College. If you study well, of course, Christ Academy Junior College has a reputation, no doubt. It has its own reputation. Christ Junior College has its own reputation. So we try to maintain the quality and reputation high. That's what the students also have to do. But then there can be a healthy competition between education institutions that I'm not neglecting that fact either.
So far, coming to another pressing issue, Games period. So it's one thing that we all asked for. In 11 we might be receiving less. That was like 2 weeks once.
Now we receivers money, and that was not sure. Like, so, Father, do you believe? I think a weekly once period can be something that can be allotted.
Yeah.
I believe we have planned in such a way that the classes get done by the syllabus portions are completed by October, November, or maximum by November. We will be doing it. So, to finish off these portions within that short span of time we are sacrificing. Yes, I do understand you need some sort of these kind of periods to vent out your energy. We do believe. But second year, you can understand how the system works here. The more focus of this program will be given to the first years. Second years after this cultural, after this August month, you will be spared. Second years will be spared from most of the programs. The focus will be going to the first year, so that you will be academically more focused than engaging in more activities. But we do give chances, but less chances. In less chances. That I accept. And all the one more thing was integrated students. So it was a good thing that integrated students have been added to a building. So because they're almost separated and we didn't know about them. But integrated students always complain about a very hectic schedule. They have, obviously they chose it, but then they always complain that they're separated from all the activities. Like, I think the only part they take part is the second year, cultural fest, so the second year take part, and that isn't allowed at all. But don't you believe that there should be a bit more integration of the integrated students when it comes to activities of the thought?
See, the integrated batch, you don't know how the things,
We actually don't know.
you don't know, but as a management, we know how complicated that system is. They have classes from 7:30 to 4 o'clock, and they have tremendous amount of things to study. They're fully packed, and they are writing more exams than you people writing. You say in Crescent Academy, you are writing so many exams, but they are writing maybe 3-4 times more exams than you regular students write. It is a very complicated system, and they have to remain focused. Otherwise, there is no point of running such programs in this institution. So if we give them more time for this kind of activities, then even the parents are also expecting the same. They should not be diverted from these academics, and we tell everything very clearly in the beginning. Okay, this is going to be the system. This is what going to be your program for the entire 2 years. So they should accept it. Otherwise, they can join as a regular student. They can do their program just like everyone else. But if they are out of an intermittent program, there are so many sacrifices they have to make. But the result, once they get into a medical stream or an engineering, good engineering colleges, that's where they find it okay that the decision was good that time. Of course, they have to make lot of sacrifices.
So talk about sacrifices. I think you, as a father, you think you might have made a lot of sacrifices. So was it like any tough decision that you've ever had to make? Do you regret any of them that you've made?
See, the sacrifice that I made is that I left my family behind at the age of 15. I joined the seminary. So everything that time onwards, of course, I am connected with my family, but I'm not living with my family. I lost my touch with my family, I would say, in general view, I would say, but I'm still connected.
Well, so, Father, one of the there should be anything. Okay, before editing out questions, Father, you have amazing deodorant collection, like a perfume collection.
I have that's I have few collection. Yeah, that is my latest collection.
How to be quantified? How many are there?
I don't want to quantify it.
And not festive, not festive.
But I have maybe 10 to in between that range I have. See, I had no idea about these perfumes and scents. Recently, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I started my journey through these perfumes. it's good that when you go out, you should always present yourself well. That is the idea. See, when I go out or when I come to college, you should look clean and neat all the time. So the smell is also a part of it. That is my idea. People may differ from my idea, but my idea then when you go out, you should be presentable. You should look good. Doesn't mean that you should be fair enough, but groom yourself well, dress yourself well, so that's how the people notice you at the beginning. If a person who sees me outside, who doesn't know me, he or she is going to judge me based on my look, the way I dress, the way I walk, my mannerisms. They don't know me personally. That's how they did judge. Even though we say we should not judge people, we all do judging. So when you go out, you should present yourself well. And I see these part of your grooming, I would say.
Christ Caribbean, from here on, which direction is it moving towards? What are the future endeavors that you give?
Well, as I said, Christ Academy started with ICC building, then CBSE, it started. Then it started the degree building, then junior college, then law college. So it's expanding like anything. And now around 10,000 students are studying in this campus altogether. Slowly we are moving towards an autonomous institution. I'm talking about the altogether, not in particular about Christ Academy Junior College. Moving towards an autonomous institution, slowly it would become a university as well. So Christ Academy Junior College doesn't have any more expansion, I would say, specifically. But the number of streams can be increased, different combinations can be brought in, but there is no expansion. It will remain as a junior college, where students will be studying 11th and 12th. But in general, the campus soon going to be an autonomous and slowly a university. So it is growing individually, steadily, and yeah.
So, Father, what do you have in your freedom? Like, you love collect. We said you guys work on bikes. You talk about the perfumes, about your pets. Is there anything else that you enjoy doing in your free time?
No, these are the main things I do. The free time, I spend time with the pets as well. We have we have 12 dogs actually here. 2 huskies, 2 golden retrievers, then 1 German shepherd, and rest it's Great Danes. So 4 dogs, we have kept close to our residence where I stayed, or we or father stayed. So we pet them. Rest of the dogs are watch dogs, so they are in the farm, inside the farm. But I do go and visit them. That's how most of the time I spend my evening, 4 o'clock till 7:30 goes here to this walking, gym, badminton. That is the main free time we get. Yeah, it goes like that.
Well, so Father, we'll be taking in a few crowd questions to the crowd are. We'll give it short, like 3 questions that we'll do. So the first crowd question is, what's the best movie / book you've ever read? The recommendation.
Movies. Oh yeah. But
Any Malayalam also. Do you watch any movies?
I do watch movies. I watch these action, war, fiction movies. I do watch. But to recommend a movie, or I don't read much, that I should admit. But I won't recommend to students, you should read, should gather knowledge. I used to read, but nowadays I don't read much. But recommending a movie or book, I am not someone who critically evaluate a movie. And whatever flop movie it is, I do enjoy it. So I am not a person to recommend about you.
My father has worked other hard Kinani in like 6-7 times. That ever was. So, and one another question. What is father's opinion and views on the cabinet of 2024 and 25, especially the first years?
See, they just started off working. The cabinet members are working for this Teachers Day program. They are working on it. We always hope that the cabinet members work really well. They are the bridge between the management and students. They bridge that gap between. So I always wish and hope that those students, cabinet members, work for the students along with working for the management.
So our one ex-head boy, was Akash. So how do you think he did at his cabinet did compared?
See, because you can put this. See, and I always say, I think I am little more approachable person. So these cabinet members or the class representatives, anyone, they do come for different programs and all. I don't always grant all what they ask for, but I think whatever I can, I do. So give them the permission to go ahead with such a plan. So whatever cabinets have come over the years, I think they have worked really well. And I go and pray that the current cabinet members, whether it's first year or second year, they work well for the institution.
So, Father, as you know, last year we went to Goa. It was amazing. So, can we expect something like that this year for the juniors or for the seniors?
Yes, I think they can expect it because the last 3-4 years there was no such long trip. I think the second years I have taken to this Wonderla, it was just one day trip. So it was a risk I have taken, and it is not at all easy, to take these 100 plus students, to a place for 2-3 days. I was behind you were a part of the program, so to gather these people, together is not at all easy. But I think it was worth it. I think students enjoyed it, and I think I planning it for the current first years as well. Second years, your time is over. We'll be planning a one-day trip, just like I did for those who could not join the Goa trip. I think we can do it for this Wonderland if I will plan so that everyone can come together and enjoy.
So, Father, what's coming to the end of the podcast? What's one piece of advice that you give to the young generation?
The advice, I know someone to advise you people too much. One advice is that this age, what you are living or going through, it's very versatile, I would say. You will feel like, okay, I am trapped here, I'm trapped there. Okay, this is not the way I should live. This is not what my parents are expecting, and my expectations are not meeting with my parents or the teachers. It will all happen. But you live your life happily. That's what matters the more. But never sacrifice your happiness for anything. Whether it is your education, whether it is your passion, whatever it be, you should live happily. And that happiness people are lacking nowadays. Don't find this happiness in temporary things, temporary relationships. Never do that. Make sure that the happiness will be there in your life throughout. That is the one advice I have to give.
So, thank you, Father. It was a very intense episode, I would say. Intense and a humorous episode at the same time. Yeah. It was our first time as well as hosting the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. And we will be continuing, and we will soon be looking for a part 2 with you, for sure. And that's it for today, guys. And this was a real great podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys really enjoyed it, you can like our page and you can look out towards a podcast on our Instagram pages as well as Spotify. Reverend Father Lebin Davis, and we enjoyed it a lot, and I hope Father you enjoyed it too. Tune in for more heartfelt and unscripted podcast.
So I would like to add one more line. I would really like to appreciate the group of people behind this real, the promo they have put up, the what I would say hype they have created among the students is amazing. I really appreciate the artwork, and it's a new initiative. I would congratulate and thank all the students behind the screen. Only used to are there in front of me, but there are another 6, 7, 10 group of people.
Guys, even the behind can have a shower. And guys, you can see there are 7 to 8 people, including us, to learn us about.
Of course, the media team also helping. So a big shout out to the entire team. Keep going. Wishing you all the very best. Thank you.
So guys, this was one of the most intense podcasts I've ever been to. I've been listening podcasts for a while, but having a conversation with Father Lebin was one of the privileges we had. It was an honor to host Father Lebin, and we really enjoyed it. His humorous jokes and his intense conversation really made our day.
You guys won't believe when I say this. You have to watch it to believe it for yourself. But this is a completely new side of Father Lebin. You would have never expected that he had this side. It was a blast.